Hi, and welcome to Chef Maxwell's Kitchen. We're here in Norfolk, Virginia at the Culinary Institute of Virginia, where the next great generation of chefs is being trained. We've got some wonderful Virginia food to play with today. We got potatoes, we got apples, right? We got bacon, and we're going to make a really wonderful potato and apple soup. It's a great thing. All right, we've rendered the bacon down here. I don't know whether you can see this or not, but we can see that the bacon is very crispy. All right. Now we could pull this bacon out. In fact, I think the recipe that's going to show up is going to tell you to pull the bacon out. And that's best. That way you can put the bacon back in for nice and crispy. But I'm just going to go straight in here with some leeks. All right. Cook these leeks down. All right. You can hear them singing at us. And then I'm going to throw some apples in there. We got one apple diced already, and I'm going to trim the other one up. Get rid of the core. Now, the best way to do these apples is to cut straight down, turn it over, cut straight down, and now when I cut it, I got a nice dice coming up. Stir them around, just get them to start soft. Yeah. What I want to do is just kind of soften up the apples a little bit. I don't really want them to cook, and I'm going to mix these bacon right on into them. All right, let that go. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock here. All right, stir that around, bring it up to a boil. All right, now we're going to be ready for a stick of cinnamon. All right. Let that simmer a bit. All right. Now, the potatoes. I boiled these potatoes ahead of time. Right? And you don't have to. If you're not going to boil your potatoes ahead of time, put them in when you put in the apples. And I'm going to go ahead and dice up the potatoes. It's easier to cook the potatoes ahead of time, and you don't lose any real flavor that way. So I've got apples and bacon and potatoes. What's not to like? We even got fat. Right? This is really good. We're going to get this hot all the way through. Right? Take a minute or so. And I'm going to add some apple brandy. Right? I'm going to add a little bit of this. Right? So we'll let that simmer just for a minute. All right, now I'm going to add some heavy cream. And I'm going to add some parsley. And stir this around. And you can taste it for seasoning and see if it needs a little salt and some pepper. I'm fairly comfortable with that bacon in there that I'm not going to need any salt. So we're going to bring this back up to a boil, and then we're going to put it into a bowl and have a good time with it. So we'll be right back. Now I'm going to dice up some apples while that soup is cooking, right? And then saute them in some butter, right, as a top garnish for the soup. So this is roll around here, and in goes the apples. Now we're going to stir this around. Now the butter will help brown these off just a little bit. That's called caramelized. That's the sugars that are actually turning brown. So they get sweeter and sweeter. All right, well, we brought this back up to a boil. Because we're using heavy cream, we can boil it. If we were using milk, we wouldn't be able to bring it to a boil. We'd have to bring it to a simmer because the milk would separate. But heavy cream's got enough fat to be emulsified. And now we're going to come back and start putting this soup together. Making sure we got some of all the ingredients in it. And you see the colors beginning to develop here. That means the apples are done. They're starting to caramelize. And we're just going to put some right in the center on the top of that soup. And there we go. Potato and apple chowder with a little bit of parsley and sauteed apples as a garnish. Great for the cold weather, great for the holidays. And once again, we've had a chance to play with some wonderful Virginia food, and we'll do it again next time when you come back to Chef Maxwell's kitchen. Remember, here at Chef Maxwell's, we always play with our food, but it's better if the food is safe, fresh, and locally grown. For more delicious recipes using Virginia-grown fruits and vegetables, contact Lisa Lloyd at the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services at 102 Governor Street, Richmond, Virginia, 23219.
Chef Maxwell's recipes are listed on the Save Our Food website at saveourfood.org.